It is that Lakshmi Manchu is all set to venture into.
There's not one thing that I know that I do, as you always know. Right now, I have a series coming out. The newest, latest, greatest is this weekend, called Yakshini on Hotstar. I'm really excited about it because it's socio-fantasy and it's one of my favorite genres.
Okay, what is Yakshi all about? And on Hotstar, we will be seeing the hottest babe.
Thank you. It's a socio-fantasy series. What if Yakshinis? Yakshinis are these fairies and angels that, safeguard the temples. Now, if you go to any temples around India, you will see that you will see these goddesses, women around the temple. They are called Yakshinis, and it is written in our mythology that they are the ones that take care of our temples, and each of them have a different job title. And we took that concept and made it into a completely today's 2024, a series for Hotstar. So it has really nothing to do.
Yeah.
So it has really nothing to do with mythology, but just picking from our history and creating a completely fiction.
Okay. So are you producing also? Sorry for my knowledge. And acting as well?
No, but thank you. Everybody thinks I'm producing the work that I do and the work that I don't do also. But no, this is being produced by Arca Media. Arca Media did Bahubali, and they're really, they're the pioneers of doing larger than life kind of work. And I think this kind of series has never been done before in Indian television. I mean, you have your Harry Potters and the Lord of the Rings, but in this kind of genre, I don't think anybody's ever done anything other than them.
Okay, they are known to do fairy tales.
This is like a fairy tale.
Fairy tale, you know. I mean, fairy tale and an amalgamation of mythology and everything, finally to emotionally grab the attention of people. How does it work, you feel, And most of the South Indian directors are doing that very much even now.
Yeah, we're artists. We only want to grab eyeballs, and in whatever way that we can, right? We want to be gender benders with everything that we do. At least that's what I look for when I'm approached with this film. I don't like to repeat the same thing. What am I going to do extra, right? But with these socio-fantasies, I'm playing different characters. So within the realm of that world, I play so many different characters. So I love creating these women, these characters that have never been seen before. But once after they see me, they can't unsee me. If they ever think of a character like that, they have to only think of me. That's my goal. And so, of course, I'm going to do everything in my power to grab those eyeballs.
Would you like to elaborate what are the different characters you're playing? And who is the target audience? Obviously, I feel kids, youth and everybody?
Yeah, kids, youth and family basically for this. And then I have another movie coming out called Agni Nakshatram with my dad. And then I have a Tamil film where I play a cop, and another film where I play a doctor, and then another film where I play a lawyer, and another film that I play the god of death. So when they came to me with that, and one weird looking god of death she was, I was like, hello. Then I designed her entire look. I had red hair, I put one green eyelens, one blue eyelens, because who's telling you how they should look? Now, if there is Yamadharmaraj, then you know he has a whip, he has certain elements, right? But when you're bringing her into, when you made Yamadharmaraju into Rani, now it's up to me how I show up in today's world. So that's what I mean by saying I play different characters, and I love being all these different people all at once.
Lakshmi, all that I know, you are a very strong lady, and if I look back, you were the one who went away abroad and you set your own life, made your own existence. How do you look at that? You know, we say strong women, strong women. We've had strong women from our times also and from your
Yes.
times also. How do you look back and how do you explain this term of your having your strengths, you know?
You know, it makes me sad sometimes, Lipika. Correct me if I'm wrong. The strong women happened because I didn't go fight 100 people in Kashmir. Okay?
Exactly.
I just said I want to study abroad. Now that is termed strong. Don't I have a voice? Don't I have a choice? So whatever I did, which was I don't want to get married and sit at home, I want to go abroad and study and find a career for myself, is boxed as strong. I think when we stop using those terminologies for women asking for their basic rights, then I'm not seen strong. I'm just seen like a woman living her life. That every single woman should. What choice? Who am I to say should? It's man and woman. Whatever a man is doing, a woman should be able to do, you know. But we get asked those questions because subconsciously that is being wild. Oh my God, you went against your dad and your parents. Went against and did what? I didn't move to Pakistan or Afghanistan. I went to America to do my undergrad in a field that I love to do. So at that point I was like, yeah, I like to live my life. But now that I look back and said, what the heck did I do? It wasn't such a big deal. And it shouldn't be made such a big deal, I feel. Me coming to Bombay, everybody thinks I'm just so wild. They're like, how are you going to leave everything and go? I'm like, watch me. And I did 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, and then went away. And then moved here. What is it so challenging? Hyderabad to Bombay is 1 hour flight hai. 2-3 hour flight bhi nahi. So isme kya itna bada, oh my God, you moved to Bombay. See, what I do for a living is different to the life I want to live. Every time people just want to mix those two. And I was telling you earlier before we started recording that I feel like I'm having breakfast in Bombay and dinner in Hyderabad and coming back for breakfast here. So the transition has been quite hectic, but I'll tell you, I wake up in this house and be like, so peaceful.
Would you like to elaborate your philanthropist act as well? You know, I hear you're going to open innumerable schools. Elaborate a little bit about that.
Yes, so I've had this NGO called Teach for Change for over 10 years now. And what we do is we go into government schools and teach them English and leadership quality for primary education. Because today if you go, a 7th grade student cannot read a 1st grade textbook clearly and properly. And most number of our students go to government schools, right? So I want to go in there and enhance them with hope. When you give a child hope, let there be a tsunami, you cannot take them away from them. What took me to America? Hope. Hope that I could be something other than just being a wife to somebody, and that my identity be just around a man, because all my life my identity was just because of my father, right? And then now to find my own name with a whole family of actors has had its own challenges. But I think the only thing that gives you that confidence, that strength, that hope is having education. Because that's the only thing that anybody cannot take that away from you. Today I'll take you out to the best meal in the world. You're going to be hungry by breakfast, right? I can give you the most beautiful clothes and you will want something else. But when you give them education, there is no taking it away from them. You're empowering them with knowledge and making the world a smaller place. And now today we are able to communicate in English in spite of you and I speaking in Tamil or Hindi or any other common language. This language blurs the geographical lines, and so we take in English and leadership qualities. And we have different flagship programs that we work with, let it be voluntary-based program or a smart classroom, or where we train the government school teachers. So we go into a government school and completely change one classroom. And you know, we always talk about what is the environment that your children are growing up in. Not everybody has the choice of creating the most ideal environment for their children at home, you know, for whatever reason maybe. They're still fighting for their roti, kapda and makan, that we have it for granted, you and I. And so creating these environments in schools, I'll show you a clip it and hopefully you can put it up in this video, where we do low-lying seating. We go in and do the flooring, carpet the flooring, we paint the walls, we take in a TV with the curriculum. So when a child walks into this room, they have this environment that they are propelled to read and enjoy. And so that gives me immense joy, like joy beyond words can put through. So I started with one little chitku school saying, "Ek school kiya to bas." Now we are in over 500 schools, and you know, sometimes certain things you do takes a life of its own, and then right now I'm just working for it. The team just shows up and says, "Here we are." Today I got a letter that we went through Osmania University. We want to encourage, somebody's calling you.
I'll talk later.
So we want to encourage, you know, more volunteers to come and teach. And now with my team, we want to go into schools and colleges and really tell them, see, there is something you can do. Half the time we're thinking, hum kya kar sakte hain? Bahut kar sakte hain hum. Stop blaming the government and start taking responsibility of your citizenship. You being an Indian, you being the person that you are, what can you do? Whatever little. We are asking for 2 hours of your time weekly. Is that too much for you to give for the future of your nation? And if you think that's too much, then you have to look at yourself, not blame somebody out there. So it goes in very deeply for me in the way I think about this.
What film are you doing with your father that he is producing?
It's called Agni Nakshatra.
Yeah, you told.
Yeah. And it's a crime thriller. It's a cop drama. I get to look him in his eyes and call him out on stuff. So that was, and I have to say this out loudly, all I had to do in one scene is just sit down and look at him like that. And you won't believe, my knee down, I was sweating. I didn't know you could sweat like that. And new things happen to your body when you're put in situations and places that you're so nervous about. But I just sat there like, you can't move me at all. And my dad, seeing my intensity, called cut 10 times. I hope those outtakes are there where I can just let him keep saying, cut. She's distracting me. Cut, I forgot. Cut, what is that light? You know, I'm like, so I think that was one of my highlights of my life. That without saying a word, my dad had to say cut, just staring into my eyes, because I think it was very, very new and different for him. I pushed his boundaries, no?
How close are you to your father?
Very close. We have a Tom and Jerry relationship. When we love each other, we love each other crazy. When we fight, you don't want to come into that room. Yeah. You're going to be like, did we kill each other's family? So people, as they see us raising our voices, my mom quietly will get up and leave the room. Gone are the days where she'll say stop, because she's like, not my monkey, not my circus, you guys deal with it.
Okay, and living in Mumbai, how do you differentiate, commuting up and down Hyderabad and Mumbai, and what are the things that you admire here and in Hyderabad?
Each of the places have its own perks. I don't have to lift a finger in Hyderabad. I can look at people and they know what I want. And that's the, it's just being in a place for so long. People know your work. People know where you come from. People know what you stand for. So, you know, you're in a familiarity of it, and the respect is different. Here, I feel very few people know me, and it's like 12th in the movie 12th Fail, where Vikrant Massey says restart. That's how it's been for me. Because where do you go, right? Where do you, like in Hyderabad, I'm a queen. Where do you go from being a queen? I can always go back to being the queen, but that is the rest of my life. And I wanted to explore and experiment. I'm young, I want to do things. My daughter is young, we want to have an adventurous life. Bombay is full of that. We love, every week we're at different restaurants, we're doing different activities. We went bird watching, you know, like the water stank. That's a different story. But there are all these different activities. We definitely at least once a month go to a different art gallery to look at art. So there, and the kind of people that we meet, no, it's not from one place. In her school, where there are 16, 17 people, maybe I want to say at least 12 of them are different, like Telugu, not just Telugu and Tamil, but Marathi, Gujarati, Rajasthani, Punjabi. Apple came back saying that there is a Muslim kid in her school and he's fasting. And so I tried to make her fast without breakfast and she couldn't. You know, understanding cultures and respecting them and taking care of each other. There in Hyderabad, it's in 16 students, 14 of them are Telugu. You know, in this such a vast, beautiful cultural country, that I didn't want to put her there. I want to make her a global citizen, not just
Where is she
an Indian. Huh?
Where is she schooling?
Here in Juhu. I don't want to give out the school name. Security purposes.
Utpal School?
No, I'll tell you off camera.
Okay. I was teaching in Utpal.
Ah.
The other one, then I know. Okay.
So you got to be careful with these things.
Yeah. So is she going to tread on your footsteps?
No, she already wants to be a singer. I think she needs to be a lawyer. She's like, why am I? I said, when you become a singer, half the time, no matter who the artist is, you need to know law to read your, you know, documents properly. I really feel that's something that you're not really equipped with, but you're constantly doing that, you know, reading agreements, trying to, because you're the company that you're trying to maneuver, although it's you. And she's like, I don't want to do law. So she wants to be a singer. She sings, she plays the piano, she goes to a drama class. So she's out there, she's an extrovert like me.
Yes.
All this she didn't get from her dad.
She has inherited all your quality. She might